I wanted you to blind rank these. So I'm going to go through these. We'll talk about them one by one, but I'm not going to tell you which ones come next. Now, there's going to be 8 in total. So number 1, you were saying this is the best, absolute best AI go-to-market use case that every company should be doing. 8th would be the absolute worst. Why are people doing this? Makes no sense.
So it's like golf. Lower's better, but I also don't know what you're going to say next.
Exactly.
All right, I'm game.
People can roast you in the comments if you get it wrong. All right. The first VP or C-level chief of staff. Now, what this use case does is he's kind of the co-pilot for anyone that's an executive, gives them a morning briefing ahead of each meeting, helps them focus on the most important priority for the day and just have all the context going into their day, reviews the status of major projects and tasks, based on email and Slack, really like helps someone focus their day and then wrap up the day well.
This sounds like a made up thing that we didn't actually need. And now we're just using AI to create something. So I'm going to go 8.
Off the bat, not even saving it. Most teams actually are using AI this way. I do get the personal productivity. Like if your goal is to look good internally and like be prepared for every meeting. So I use Lightfield as a CRM. They're one of our partners. Shout out. They do send me a morning briefing email every morning. Tells me like, hey, here's who you're going to meet with today. Here's all the email context and like additional context to help you prepare for the meeting. I do find those emails to be helpful. I just don't feel like this is something that we should be spending a ton of tokens on and like that we should be like lionizing as a major AI use case.
I guess what I'm trying to say is this feels like a vitamin, not a painkiller.
Exactly. So this is something that like I do think a lot of teams are doing. There's some of value in here. While it's become common, it's one of those things that like it wasn't really that broken before AI. And so it's a little better after AI. Ready for the next one?
I'm ready.
A synthetic ICP or digital twin. You can feed AI engines like whether ChatGPT or Claude, all the context you have around your target customer. So like, let's say you're targeting like chief information security officers at Fortune 500 banks. You throw out all your case studies, all your past win-loss interviews, transcripts, a bunch of market research, and it creates a simulation of people in this market. And then anytime you've got like new positioning, new messaging, a new website copy, new pricing, a new outbound, you can test it against the simulated buyer to get feedback, kind of like a focus group without talking to humans.
So you can kind of steelman your own ideas, like poke holes in this if you took on the persona of XYZ.
Exactly.
I really like this. I don't want to use up 1 or 2.
Why do you really like it? What draws you to it?
I really like it because I think this could be a product marketer's best friend. Like if you're so in the weeds in your own job, like you know the product, but what's hard is to get out of that and be like, if someone had a little bit less context and was in the weeds of their own business, how would this reflect on them? And it's very difficult sometimes to get out of that headspace because you know what you know, but it's hard to put yourself in their shoes. AI has better context in whatever job that person is probably working, especially if you in your job as a go-to-market person, like say you're selling into CFOs, but you've never been an accounting person. I think this could be extremely valuable to bounce ideas around like, hey, you have the context of a CPA with 12 years of in-house experience. How would this messaging resonate to you?
It's always like certain verticals where like maybe you're like selling into roofing or something.
Or a dentist.
And maybe the founder of the company like was a dentist or like their parents were a dentist or something. And it's like they get it. But then the sales rep you're hiring, the marketer, the product manager, they don't know what this persona cares about and how to talk to them. So what's your ranking on the 1 to 8?
I'm going to go 3, Allen Iverson.
I worry about the accuracy here. AI can confidently pretend to be your buyer persona, but like do you think it can actually get this right today?
What I would worry about is it actually knows the right answer, but it wants to be a people pleaser. And it's like, absolutely.
This is a great website copy. I love it. I would buy immediately.
Somebody uploaded like text messages of a girl who's obviously saying like she's not interested. AI came back. It's like, oh, she's not saying she's not interested. She's just saying she's busy right now or something like that. I'd be worried about those type of signals coming out of it.
I'm not convinced it's going to be totally accurate, but I feel like it like gets treated as accurate. Maybe you're like trying to name something and you give it 3 names and AI tells you this one is best. Like you're just going to default to be like, all right, I guess our like the thing that we built says this is best. So like, let's use this. and it's going to stop you from actually talking to real human customers. And it's going to like make you maybe lose some of your own taste and judgment because you just sort of rely on this thing that's inherently artificial and has no taste. I love the concept for like onboarding new employees and like getting people up to speed. I don't love it for like really important problems.
I've never been a dentist. I've never been an auto mechanic. But if it's like for my own newsletter, I'm going to rely upon my gut instinct and what I think is cool rather than AI.
To me, if you're a vertical specific company, I think it's worth it to build one of these things and then have it be a really great onboarding tool for your junior employees and a first pass to give them feedback before something gets to their boss. I do like that use case on the recruiting side. Like you have the talent screener, but they're not the hiring manager.
Ali and the team at Tabs are building something that directly addresses one of the biggest headaches I see finance teams deal with today. Pulling data from your ERP, your CRM, your FP&A tools, and your usage systems and actually making it all work together. If you're running usage-based pricing or complex contracts, you already know how this usually plays out. Contracts live in one system, usage data lives somewhere else, billing happens in another tool. RevRec gets layered on top at month end, and finance ends up just reconciling everything by hand to close the books. This is exactly the problem Tabs was built to solve. Tabs is an AI-native revenue platform built for controllers and CFOs. It brings together data from your ERP, CRM, and real product usage into a single system of record. From there, it automates billing, collections, and revenue recognition without finance having to duct tape workflows together every month. If usage-based revenue is core to your business, this is the future of how billing and RevRec get done. Go check them out at tabs.com/run. That's tabs.com/run.